Hi everybody and welcome back to the Gentleman's Talk. I'm here to talk to you about mental health. Yes, that's your host, James Dean Littlejohn. That's me. That's moi, little old man from the UK, talking to you about my mental health journey and talk about different things that I'm trying out in well-being, in developing myself, and just about my journey, really. It's more of a... I'm still trying to analyse this, and the reason I started off abruptly with that is because that's what I'm still trying to understand what I'm here. What's the purpose here? Apart from the obvious, I'm trying to offer my insight into helping other people, and I think it probably gives an insight into what's going on into my crazy head and goes, oh my god, that fucking guy's nuts. So it becomes then a bit of an ongoing autobiography, I suppose. You could think of it a little bit like that. But do you know what? Like the title said, oh my god, do I need you? And what do I mean by that? Fucking hell. I'm a roller coaster at the moment, and I genuinely am a broken fucking man at the moment. I don't know how to say this. I really, and this is why I've come on, really, because I was actually in a bit of a stubborn mood. I was actively thinking, oh fuck, I'm not going to do another one. No, fuck. And that's where I got to. This is a crazy way my brain thought. Rather than looking at it from a positive, I went straight into a negative and go, I'm not going to let them listen to me. I'm not going to fucking... That's how stupid and childish my 41-year-old fucking brain was. I was like, no. And then today, or the build-up over the last couple of days since my reflection on Sunday, it's been fucking crazy. And I genuinely mean... some of the shit that you can't, most people don't do this in a fucking month, let alone what I've done in the last fucking 4 days. So it's crazy. It's like Sunday, so I reflected on Sunday. I don't know, I can't actually remember if I told you, but I was selling my car. Impromptu decided on Thursday I was going to sell my fucking car. Why? I don't know, actually. Since I've sold it, I'm genuinely a bit befuddled. That's a fucking great word, isn't it? I'm a bit befuddled. But this is this impulsive thing that I talk about, and I do it so fucking much. I impulsive buy and I impulsive sell, and I don't really have a fucking agenda or plan. This is the fucking craziness that's in my mind. So last week I spoke about it. In fact, I spoke with it my mate Kieran. We were just having a fucking chat, and I'm really fucking pissed off at the moment, in the sense that I'm trying to get it to a point where I don't know, I'm trying to fucking scramble to get rid of fucking debts. It's like a crazy thing in the back of my mind. And trust me, they're not crippling me in any way, shape or form. But it's like, I want that. I see the money that I get coming in a monthly basis, and I'm like, I fucking want that to myself. That's what I'm working like an absolute fucking prick for daily, putting up with bullshit. I want all of that now. Now that I'm a sensible person, now that I'm trying to look after myself, I want that fucking cash. So I'm driven. And I am probably driven, it's obsessive driven at the moment. And sorry about the rain. I don't know. It might add a little bit of ambiance, but this is the fucking UK. Yesterday I had snow, and today, it's fucking pouring down with rain. So I put on some nice 8D fucking music in the background, just something a bit different. Can't hear it because we're in the rain. So I'm in a log cabin outside the pack talking to you. So just think of it as I tell you what, I'm going to imagine I'm in Canada, I'm in the Rockies, whatever, I'm in a log cabin, the fucking the rain's pattering down, it's just me and a dog, and we've just pulled into the fucking house, we've just chilled out, got a kill for the day, cooking it, open fire, crackling away, little fucking FM. I don't even know if you can get an FM radio out there, but even if not, I'm sure I'll have power. So assume I've got power, so I've got my MP3. Fucking job done. I'm not going to get network. I know that from the Rockies. Probably still could, actually. Just imagine that's where I'm talking to you from. So I'm giving you a bit of a background there, so just imagine that's what that ambience was, and just imagine you can... That's the fucking fire. It's not a fucking fire at all, okay? But just imagine it. Yeah, so anyway... digress massively, but I want to set the scene because I don't know if it's going to annoy you. I don't. I find it therapeutic. So I've been a bit fucking mental about it lately. I've been a bit obsessive, and I've been cracking under work at work. There's so much change going on at work at the moment. It's fucking disrupting me because I don't like change. People have left the team, moved on. People have come in that are new that I don't know. There's so much fucking uncertainty. It's crazy. But that is one of my biggest stresses at the moment. And anyway, yeah. So I sold my car. I was chatting to Kieran about it, and I was like, yeah, we need to get this going so we can just have this money to come in every month, and we can start having things to look forward to. That's just, it's like simple, but with the fucking cost of living just absolutely astronomical at the moment, and what can only be described as 3 fucking arsehole children at the moment. And I mean that in a polite sense. I am calling my children arseholes, but you know, there'll be some fucking probably maybe that might get offended by that. I apologise, but they're arseholes, okay? If I genuinely, and I mean, if I could have, if I was to choose again, if I had children again, I genuinely, and I don't mean it's not, I love my fucking children unconditionally, like protect them to the moon and back, but they're hard fucking work. Having 3 girls in the house is fucking hard work, and I genuinely mean, I struggle fucking immensely. I think the more when you're surrounded by women, the less you want to be with women, and the more I want to be on my own. I'm like, I fucking can't deal with your crazy emotions, and I'm a fucking baseball bat of fucking emotions. You know when you fuck me off, you know when you make me happy. I'm these crazy fucking people in my head. And anyway, so yeah, I've struggled, and so there was a bit of a build up. Work was been a bit shit, and I said I'd sell my car. I don't know why. I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to sell it, put it up for $4,000, I think it was, and just get it in, just to fucking clear some shit out of the way, to give me a bit more dispose. And I'm talking like a gangster there. I don't know why. And then fucking so I sold it, and this guy came around 2 days later. Even Kieran was like, my mate was like, fuck me, that was quick, mate. I went, yeah. Fucking was, got in the car, and it was the best it had been since I bought it. It was, in fact, it was probably better because I immaculately cleaned it. It was all fucking perfect. And this guy came around, gave me the fucking licks, like literally. Oh, this guy got out of the fucking car, this old guy, and he looked at me, and I was like, okay, and he pointed down at this little bump in the fucking thing, in the bonnet, bumper. There was a little knock that had been caught on a curb at some point. It was there for the last fucking 7 years. I've had it, 6 years I've had it. Fuck, that rain's getting bad, isn't it? And fucking British weather's shit. And so I oh, fucking that's putting me off. But yeah, so I sold it. The guy came around and he was picking things up, and I went, look, mate. I said, come on, all right. It's fucking 12-year-old, mate, on 104,000 miles, all right. Don't piss in my pocket and tell me it's raining, okay? And that's what I said to this guy. Literally, I genuinely did. And he looked at me. I said, okay. I said, it's not Tenerife, Leavenerife, or I was giving all this fucking. I didn't go down, but I literally said to him, don't piss in my pocket and tell me it's fucking raining. This guy looked at me like as if, what the fuck are you talking about, mate? And I was like, look, mate, okay, we've come to an agreement. I've knocked £400 off for you. Fucking, you're quibbling over 90 quid now. And he was pissing around, and anyway, we met in the middle again. Just because I couldn't be asked, I just thought, fucking get rid. And that was the impulsivity. I just went, no, get rid of it. And then I didn't get buyer's remorse because I got fucking seller's remorse. I was like, that car was fucking beautiful. It was like an armchair. I'm never going to get that again. And that's the impulsive nature. It's fucking horrendous. So that's like led on to a bit of a mood. So I really am sorry about the rain. Just wish the rain would fuck off. But that's going to lead into some other things I'm going to talk to you about. And so I sort of kind of went into a little bit of a snowball effect, and if you like, from there really took some time off work because work was just fucking stressing me out because nobody, it's almost like headless chickens running around at the moment, and I can't do that. That's not me. I'm a structured person to a degree, clearly not because I'm impulsive, but. So, yeah, and then I took the time off, and then I did a bit of DIY, and that's when it went wrong. I fucking went absolutely mental in the house. Like, little things were annoying me. I was on this chair, and this is where the fucking, so this is when I knew I was a dick. But this is where I kind of evaluated the fact that I'm losing my mind a little bit at the moment. And I don't mean, craziness, but I can tell that there's things going on, and I'm stressing about things, and I don't know what it is, because I was stood on this chair, and I was marking up the top of the wall to make this line perfect. 22 mil it had to be across. So I was just putting little points in so that the accuracy was spot on. Marked the line up, and anyway, I was just about to step down, and as I was stepping down, I stepped to the right, not behind me, and to the right was a paint tray. So I mean. Worst case scenario, I was going to put my. I'm going to laugh. I'm so fucking angry, but I can laugh now. I'm not laughing about it in the house because clearly, what I tell you about the story is going to fucking probably go what the fuck. So anyway, so I stood to the right. Now the worst case scenario is okay. There's nothing on the floor that's going to hurt me. The worst case scenario was I put my foot in a paint tray, and the weight of me, I'm fucking 15, I'm just under 15 stone, 14 fucking somewhere, whatever it is, 14, 11. So quite a heavy boy, you know? And so I'd have stepped on it, and at worst, it would have probably flinged a little bit over, and then there would have been white paint. And bearing in mind, the room was white anyway at the time, because I hadn't put the colour on. There would have been white paint everywhere. And I'd have probably been a bit fucking pissed, because, you know, and I would have blamed other people. It would have been fine, you know, but I would have gone, for fuck's sake. I'd have cleaned it up, and then I'd have put my headphones back on, and I'd have carried on with my day. Nothing else would have fucking mattered or happened. Or there was another obvious possibility. I could have slipped into the tray and done the splits, which I can't do, possibly fallen back, cracked my head, smashed it wide open, slips, trips and falls, fucking back injury, musculoskeletal injury. I'm fucking messed, mate. So yeah, okay, health and safety head off. So that's where it could have gone. It could have gone that way, and it probably could have done. You know, there's you know, it's reasonably be foreseeable to see that would happen. Do you know what I mean? I can't mitigate the risk. Fucking shut up, James. See, I love it. You can tell I missed it, and yeah. So, but what did happen, and this is the bit that happened that was the bit. So as I was stepping to the right, my fucking wife screamed my fucking name. It was such a high-pitched voice. Something I'd never heard before, because clearly I'm a non-performer, because I've never heard this pitch before, so clearly I'm doing something wrong. So I shit myself, okay, because I was like, what the fuck? Because I looked down and I was like, I felt it on my toe. And I was like, oh, fuck. And it was kind of like a chain reaction going on my head, thinking, okay, this feels like it's going to be pain. I'll step back. Oh, fucking hell. Or it would have been a case of like, oh, fuck. But no, the fucking shriek literally took fucking 20 years off of my short span of a life I've got left anyway. I fucking stepped back. And because I shit myself, I double tapped. I don't know if you've ever done that. I put my foot in. The instant shock and how rapid the fucking sensories of my fucking head picked it up when that's cold and wet, James. You know, and it's not a vagina, and she's not dead. Sorry, I had to get that in there. Impulsive. See, impulsive. I say things out loud, and anyway, so yeah, fucking dived in, and I fell back into the door, which then bounced off the back wall, which has created one hole, and then I fucking fell forward towards my missus, completely missed her, and slipped and bumbled, and then went through this partition wall I'd put up with fucking plasterboard. So there was a 15-stone shoulder fucking pummeling towards this fucking this plasterboard. I was in the partition wall, got up in utter disbelief of this happened. I was still in shock. I was like, oh my fucking god, what are you doing? That's what I was saying to her. What the fuck? Why would you shout so loud? She turned around and was like, what do you mean? Why would I shout so loud? I was like, no one's going to die. At worst, I would have slipped in, or I'd have spilt paint. There's now a 2-foot hole in the fucking wall. And I was literally like 80% finishing this fucking thing. And then this morning, that led into a bit of a fucking argument, as you can probably imagine, because I was fucking like, I was dumbfounded. I was befuddled. And obviously that led into a fucking absolute whirlwind. And yeah, fucking craziness. So I kind of like, we had that argument that led on to, you know, me. So I was thinking then, and that sort of led on to me then feeling a bit shit, because I know I called her a buffoon. I was like, fucking buffoon. What were you doing? Why would you shout like that? That's why I was like, even later on, I was like, I don't know why you shouted so loud. Fucking thought something was going to grab my fucking... Honestly, it was the same shriek that you would make if you were stepping off of a cliff, or if you were like going to step off of a ladder onto a fucking spike that's going to penetrate through your fucking foot all the way up your leg. That was that similar shriek. Or I was going to stand on a fucking baby's head on the floor. That's the kind of shriek that it gave me. And I was like, fucking, my soul left the body. I don't actually remember the I don't remember the fucking fall. All I remember was having my shoulder in the fucking wall on a crumpled state. Like my right shoulder was folded around to my left shoulder. I'm looking up in absolute fucking horror. Like, what the fuck? And I'm scrambling around. My feet are in fucking paint, got paint on them, so there's fucking paint going everywhere. I was like, this has escalated so badly, and I don't know why. Yeah, okay, I made a faux pas, I fucked up. I was going to put my foot in some paint, but now it's chaos. So anyway, I had to rebuild the fucking wall. So, but I can laugh about it now because I'm talking out loud, but the reality of it is that was when I started worrying. Like, so I knew I overreacted. I did, fucking idiot and all this sort of stuff. And anyway, so I've been going along, and I genuinely, I've been so fucking unhappy. I'm laughing now, but it just made me feel good because I'm doing something I love, which is talking to you. And knowing that I'm talking to people around the world is brilliant. Hi to the US as well. Excuse me, I hurt my throat. Hi to the USA as well, and the other countries. I think there's someone in the Philippines listening to me as well. So hi to you as well. So absolutely phenomenal that I'm able to reach these different people. So and just understand what goes on in a crazy man's fucking mind. And in the UK, but just trying to remove the stigma. And just let you know that, yeah, these things are fucking happening. It's the crazy reality of life. Anyway, so, yeah, so I obviously I kicked off, and that's obviously the, you know when you argue, and I'm quite a fucking bullshit guy in terms of I'm loud in that sort of terms. And, there's no, it's just that kind of, I just get really fucking pissed off with things, and I just can't be arsed with it, and I just go no. So now I've seen things, and then I calmed down, and I was like, try to be apologetic, but it's not going to be, because I'm in this really fucking weird place. I am really unhappy, and I genuinely mean, I wish I could. Like, I'm fucking fighting to find something, and like, sometimes when I do podcasts, I try to sound happy, because if there's people around me that have heard me, if there's any of you listening now that probably know me and know me well enough, it's you put on that face and you go, actually, yeah, I'm having a fucking great life, and do you know what? I've not got a bad life at all, and I genuinely mean that. It's just there's something missing inside of me, and it's like I don't know whether it's the understanding about myself that I'm trying to find and focus on. I don't really know. Or it's the weather. I mean, this weather is fucking so depressing for me at the moment. It really fucking is. And I don't know. It's just kind of like when it snowballs, and I'm in a good place, and when it snowballs, it fucking snowballs badly. And that sort of kind of escalated into, then it was like a downward spiral of depression. Then it not depression, but sadness. And it was, I've kind of fallen into, like, I'm not selling on anything on Etsy, and like, people have contacted me, but they want things making for free. So you kind of like, and I don't mean this is going to be caveat in a minute by something that's actually happened that's really, really good, actually. And this is what I kind of wanted. And I've done a couple of like pro bono things for people, and they've just given me no publicity at all, and not even a review on my Etsy to make it more a bigger foundation. Of people are like leaving reviews, and you kind of like go, fucking hell, how hard is it to, I've given you, good product, and it's like, it's got, I think one of my products actually on TikTok, it's got like 32,000 views and fucking thousands of likes, and everyone's like, it's not fucking, this isn't a piece of art, this is a masterpiece. And it's like, but that's me selling it, and I'm like, fuck me, why don't people just support you if you do something to help you? And that led into, because I've not been able to do artwork, and the weather's been fucking shit, so I can't go out, things aren't being successful as fast as I want them to be, which I know that things take a long time. Trust me, I've been stuck into this amazing journey of doing my podcast, and it's made me realize that when you stick to something, it's worth it. And I've did a podcast on it, but it's still hard to understand your brain sometimes, and how it thinks, and how negative things like that are when you've got a lot of negativity, it kind of it just snowballs, so everything becomes negative. And it's not until you outwardly think, which is what I'm doing here, that you try to grasp it. But to show you, or just display the levels of sadness I've had, I'm in a really fucking dark place, in the sense I don't like people. I really dislike people. I've got since I found out about my daughter, I've got a lot of distrust for human beings. I really do. And, it's one of those natural, I think it's a natural thing to feel that way, but I just don't like people. And people, when I see people, I walk the dog in the evenings and in the mornings, and when I see people in the field in my similar path, I actually go, why don't you just fuck off? And I'm under my breath going, oh, what's this fucking dickhead doing? And I'm giving a full running commentary of what these fucking people are. They're just walking their dog. They don't give a fuck about me. But that's how much I'm disliking sort of like just life, just people in terms of, not in life, but people. It's just, I find it really hard to trust people at the moment. And I think it's just one of those horrible places you go to, and then that's sort of snowballed into a bit of negativity, and then you do this runaway thing where you want to go off. So it's been a bit of a fucking horrible place, and I didn't really sort of kind of know where to go from really. And that's what I'm trying to, that I talk about the hill, getting out the hill. It's almost like scrambling like that. And then I got told by the police that that they're one of the cases against with my daughter, not against my daughter, but she was harassed. I told you about. There's nothing they can do. He literally was like, "There's nothing they can do." I was like, "Right." So if I went into town, and I only found this out yesterday. If I went into town and fucking harassed somebody, and called them fucking names and chased them through fucking town, do you think I would get away with that? And they sort of looked at me and went, "Well, no, sir." I was like, "So why can these get away from it with it? Why can you do something to these? Why can't you do anything to these?" And they're like, "Well, it's just we've got a lot on." And I'm just like, okay. So again, rattled. So, and it's like when you get into a place like that, and then you start thinking about the case that's for my family at the moment in terms of what happened to my daughter, and I have no faith in the system, thinking this is going to get thrown out. And that's like the fourth thing that's happened to my eldest daughter, that you just start losing faith in humanity. And when you're in a horrible place in work, and you're in a horrible place in yourself, and you're overeating and stuff like that, and not doing the right things, it's very easy to lose sight of everything. And you've heard me in the last few weeks. I've had goals. I've been successful. I've been happy. I've been great. And then all of a sudden you just get to this fucking ball, and it's like, and then yesterday, to show you a bit about my impulsiveness, I'm going through the process of looking to go to Australia because they're looking for 31,000 Brits. And I said to the family, I was like, "Would you want to go?" And they were like, yeah, we'd probably go. So I don't know. There's just something I'm looking at. So this is the impulsive nature and the runaway thing. And I suppose when you look around you, it's really difficult to find positivity in the UK in general at the moment, or anywhere around the world. I know. And like the doctor said to me, he's like, "Mate, but there's not everywhere's different." I was like, "No, but my mindset at the moment is I'd rather be having a shit time in the sun than a shit time in the fucking rain." Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, that's what it boils down to. It boils down to, if I'm going to have a shit fucking time, at least do it in the sun. Do you know what I mean? Where I can wear fucking Speedos. Do you know what I mean? No, you can't wear Speedos, you bellend. So, it's kind of like the roller coaster. So it's come to this, and that's when today I was like, fuck, just jump on, have a podcast, mate, talk to the people. And, it's sort of kind of, but it just shows you really that things can just go out of control like a click of a fingers, and you can lose that control. And on a serious side with mental health, that's the reality of it. Is you can lose control. Nobody in the family has spoke to me about me selling my car, because they know that they're like, James is going through some fucking shit right now. I'm almost like, if you can imagine, I'm that guy at the moment in the shower with one hand on the top of the wall, with the fucking rain, like a rain shower just fucking cascading over me with my fucking everything. You know what I mean? I'm that guy. I'm just procrastinating, thinking, whatever, overthinking. I'm just in that kind of caveat mode, and you do, like you said, and sometimes you can take that brave face off and you go, fucking hell, it is a bit tough at the moment. And it is a bit tough. That's the reality of life, but we all go through it. We're all going to go through it. There's you're listening to me now. You're going to go through it, or may have been through it. There's been stuff. We all go through difficult times. But by talking, you heard me laugh for the first time in 5 days. I laughed. That was amazing. Like even like putting that serious bit away there now and just moving forward. that's the beauty of it. It is like, and I know I've shut myself away a little bit as well now. I do know, I see the signs, I know the signs, fucking, I'm not stupid. I talk about the signs, and I sit in my cabin, people text me, I'm very limited on text messages when I don't want to talk. I don't, my brother FaceTimed me the other day, and I know he rang and I didn't ring him back. And why? Just because I'm not in the mood to fucking talk. I genuinely not. And it's like a really horrible place to be. I've been invited out for drinks with 3 different people to say come out. I'm like, no, I don't. I just don't want to socialise, mate. I just don't want to. That's the reality of when you're in that fucking rut. People are pulling me out, trying to pull me out, and it's like, fucking come on, mate, get the fuck out of this hole. And the weird thing is, in the hole, I'm tranquil. And that's the problem. This is the problem. And this is where, this is something I discovered like the last couple of days. When I'm in this hole, I'm tranquil. I am actually quite peaceful, which is a weird thing, because what that does then is that's reinforcing the notion. And they do say, somebody who finds sanctuary in their own company is a dangerous person. Because if you're happy on your own, the world is limitless, isn't it? You know what I mean? Because you're on your own. You don't have any ties. You can crack on. And it's not that I don't want the ties. I love my fucking ties. My ties are amazing. I'm understanding about my mental health and how it's given me the roller coaster of a life I'm going through. I've got seeing a psychiatrist next week, which is absolutely fantastic to help support the ADHD aspect. And I'm now seeing a psychiatrist through the NHS, through my doctor. I'm now seeing a psychiatrist to get diagnosed through the NHS, which actual fact is like record time. That's been 3 months, and I've already had the referral, and I've gone through stage 1, and I'm going to stage 2. Stage 2's being done, and then stage 3's the referral and the thing. So that's really positive news for me. But yeah, the reality is it's a fucking roller coaster, isn't it? And like I said, you shut yourself away a little bit, and I have shut myself away. And I don't mind it, though, because I listen to what music... I mean, I've got some... If you listen to this is fucking crazy shit. This is like ADHD music. So it's like 8D audio tunes. And it's a bit fucking bonkers. It's got, like, all sorts of crazy beats in it. But it helps you to focus. It's really weird. Listening to different types of music puts me in different mode. I've been really into country and western recently. I absolutely love it. I know my dad absolutely loves country and western, and that's not why, because I've never listened to country and western music, with my dad. So it's not like that's been handed over. There's been a couple of funny songs, and when you listen to a country and western song, I think it's because there's so much like fucking shit music for my generation. I'm 1980s. And, we were raised with this, listening to the 60s and 70s, because that was my parents, 50s, my dad was born. So, I was raised listening to the 60s and 70s, and some of the 50s probably. And then I grew up on the 80s and 90s, and then back to the 80s, I think, to turn 80s into 90s, because there was a lot of collaboration, and they brought a lot of 80s tunes back in. And then they just brought out this, I don't know what today's music is for me. I fucking struggle with it. So for me, I've moved over to country and western, I listened to jazz for a little bit, which was quite cool. But I moved over to country and western. I just think it's fucking hilarious. It's actually, it sort of takes me back to, when you used to listen to a song and it actually had, you could actually listen to the meaning and everything else. It's like, and also, I don't know, it's just different. I just don't like it. It's a personal thing. Maybe you do like modern music. I'm not really into it. I'm just not really, it's not my bag, baby. So, yeah. But when you're happy and you find that, and like I say, I'm listening to a little bit of this crazy funky music, because music is the food for meditation. If you in that sort of sense, if that's the way I meditate, I'm not listening to this is fucking crazy shit. But what I do meditate to is just sort of soft, subtle tunes and relaxing music. And then I listened to country and western when I was doing painting, which put me in a great mood until I was disturbed and then fucking went through the wall. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, as well, yeah, I meant to say, I went through the wall. I could not get out of fucking bed today. Old fucking bastard. I was crippled over. Completely fucking bent over. This morning I got out of bed and I was like, nah, you fucking old bastard, you are not getting out of bed. My back was an absolute fucking state. So yeah, and then even to the point where I went in and I've been that angry. I went in and literally said, you know, if you don't want to go to Australia, then, you know, literally fucking, I don't care, I'm going to go. You know, that's where it got to. I was like, I'm that, it's almost like I've become very selfish. And, you know, there is a possibility. There's another compromise looking at going to work abroad, like I was going to work in Saudi, but not work in Saudi, but go somewhere else a bit closer. So there is some possibilities just to give myself that kind of thing. I don't know. It's kind of just something different. And whatever. I'm not going to fucking dwell on that for shizney. So yeah. So, and do you know what? Whilst I'm talking to you, I read this. I read this little quote that I wanted to sort of share with you, really, and I wrote it down because I was like, "This is an amazing quote." I heard it on something, and it says here. So let me say this little quote, and if you ever think, I want you, when I say this quote, have a think about this quote, and I'll say this quote twice. Have a think about the quote, and then when you think about the quote and then understand the quote, who's the first person you think of? And then that'll tell you who your best friend is. I think it works. It did for me anyway. So, us and trust are just a couple of things you can't spell without you. So, us and trust are just a couple of things you can't spell without you. So I thought it was a really nice, like a sentimental thing, you know. It was, and it is because I've been really sort of thinking about trust and stuff at the moment, and you know, and it is. I like I said, at the moment there's a lot of uncertainty in my world, and I don't like uncertainty. I like routine in that sort of sense to a degree, but. Not routine. It's really weird. I like routine, but I don't like, not even so much routine. I just like to know what the fuck I'm doing, and I don't at the moment. So it's big. So it's one of the biggest stresses is going into work and not knowing what the fuck you're doing. It's like it stresses people out massively. I know it does, because if like, and it's the same, very similar. If you go into work and you've got nothing to do, it fucking stress you out because you're like, oh, this is fucking horrendous. And then you could be that, you know, you could have the mindset, well, I'm being paid to sit here and do fuck all, but you're also being paid to slowly die, because that's what you're doing. So why do that? Why fucking sit there and slowly die? Because that's what you're doing. You're just watching your precious little life that you've come to enjoy, and you've come to go, okay, you're going to just sit there and go, well, I'm getting paid to sit and do fuck all. I'm getting paid to sit and watch my life disappear when I can go and do something that probably pays similar that I want to do, or more. How do I get that? Learn. So it's development. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I absolutely thought about loads this. So, you know, and it kind of made me, when I was going into the depths of it, the darkness, and like I said, when I shut myself away, and I shut myself away fucking really badly, but it's not like I've shut myself away and I sit and just fucking wallow and fucking eat, and I just enjoy the peace. I really do. I just sit there, and it's nice to. It's like the only time when you listen to music that my voice, and this sounds crazy, but it's when the voices stop in my head. And when I say voices, it's like, and I mean not crazy fucking voices like lock me up. I mean it's the constant voices of what's going to happen next, what to do, what have I got left to do, where should I be, oh, what am I doing on Monday, oh fuck, I need to get this sorted, oh Christ, yeah, but don't forget you're going to move the fence line back to put the driveway back in, and you really wanted a cold water tank. How are you going to do that? So then you go onto YouTube, and then you look on fucking YouTube on how to build a tank with a filter, a cold water filter tank, and then you look around and go, okay, can I put up with the fucking spiders and stuff around there? Am I going to be able to sit and relax in that? Get over it. You're a fucking man. Stop being a fucking idiot. Of course you can get in there and do that. You went into the lake. Oh yeah, man, we went to the lake. I haven't been to the lake for ages. Oh yeah, and that's what happens in my brain. And then I'm like, oh yeah, but don't forget. And then I come out and I go, okay, I'm going to put fucking fence line around here. So I go into my missus, I say, oh, do you mind if I talk about the fucking what I'm going to do out the back? And she's like, no. I said, oh, it's a bit silly, and I'm not going to do it for a while. She's like, no, it's really good to plan. Well, yeah, because I'm a fucking absolute tapped idiot and want to know what's going on. So the bedrooms are now finished. All fucking 4 bedrooms are completely and utterly fucking refreshed, brand new, modernised. You know, everyone's fucking happy. It's perfect. I've spent hours on fucking moving lights and you know, decorating, fucking re-skimming walls, you fucking name it, I've done it. And as you've just heard at the start of the podcast, and then I go like, so yeah, but don't forget to do that, and I've got that to do, and that's what's happening, and it's quite exhausting. if I'm honest, because that's how, you know, I think, oh, I haven't and then I'll sit there and randomly go, okay, I haven't logged into IOS for ages. I think I'm supposed to do 30 hours 30 hours CPD, continuous professional development, a year every month. Fuck, I haven't, or in a year, I think, and I haven't done that. Well, I have done that, but it's not recording. I'm doing that. Have I recorded it? Fuck, I haven't uploaded my certificates. Oh, fucking hell. Shit, I better log in. And then when I log in, I go, okay, I'm gonna have a look at this and look at this. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. And then, like, I sit down and I go, I put the music on, and I sit there mind-numbingly fucking getting addicted to skipping through fucking reels on TikTok or whatever, just because I'm not thinking about those other things. So people are like, oh, fucking hell, you've zoned out. No, mate, I'm just giving myself a little bit of a fucking break, mate, because I'm planning crazy shit. And then when that plan doesn't go together, I'm like, oh, okay, that's really made me angry. Or I realise it takes money, and I'm like, here I am. So that's another thing then. What I did is, like, a couple of nights ago, I'd seen a couple of people posting about screensavers, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go on to Procreate, and I'll design some screensavers that are really cool with some comedy quotes that people may pay £1.49 for, because it's £1.49 and we're a human race where £1.49 is literally fuck all nowadays. So you're like, but if I sell, you know, I don't know, it's £500 a month if I sell 500 digital downloads, because you can download them over and over and over again. If I sell 500 of those, that's £500 a month of passive income that I don't need to worry about. What can I put that towards? I'm going to put that and that's what happens. It's quite exhausting, isn't it? And that's what goes on in my fucking brain. So when I come in and I chill out and relax, and probably why I actually like my own company massively. I mean, I've always been one of these people that liked my own company. A lot of people think I'm a social person. I am a social person to a degree, but at the same time, I'm also, I do like my own company, and I'm more and more liking my own company as I'm less and less enjoying the social aspect. I think that comes with age anyway. You tend to just want to be around the close people. But I think because I'm so there's such a big sort of distance between the people I would spend time with. We don't spend time enough, so you don't do it often enough. So it's like what I tend to find we're doing at the moment is, you know, coming in, we go fucking chaos. We get, you know, blitzed for fucking 4 hours, of which probably about 2 hours of that is compos mentis enough to talk, and then you're obliterated because you've not seen each other for, and I'm talking about my best mate, by the way. So it's kind of like that's when you kind of go, fuck, I need a bit of change. And that's what stresses me out then, because I'm like, this isn't happy, I'm not happy with this, I need to fucking do something. And then it's almost, but everyone around me is happy. Everyone's like, mate, what the fuck are you not happy about, mate? What are you not happy about, mate? You've got your own cabin. You've got fucking literally your own fucking man cave. Full security guarded up to fuck. Cameras everywhere. And I don't mean for perverted shit. You know, I've got, you know, at my house, I've put my fucking heart into the design work of my house at the moment. It is literally all ready to get designed. It's all everywhere. Like, literally, it's got its own bit of character in every corner of the fucking house, which is fine. It's a big footprint for me. But it's craziness. That's the way my mind goes. Everyone around me can be as happy as they fucking like and like it, and I'm like, no, I want more of this so I can shut down. I want to get to a point where I don't have to worry about working, so I can do the things that I enjoy, like making my artwork. And that's going to draw me on, actually, before I close. So before I close up, yeah. So I have been offered. I don't. It's this company's called Big Moose. It's a charity for mental health. And I was contacted actually by an old friend of mine, and he said to me, "Would you make some one of your artwork out of a bottle? One bottle that will be smashed, and one bottle that will be complete. Can you embed them in resin, and we'll turn some sort of like mental health theme into it?" And I was like, "Absolutely, mate." He said. You know, just whatever the cost of materials are, whatever. No, he didn't say cost of materials. He said whatever the cost is, and I said, "Well, so I tell you what, mate. I'll do it my labour for free, because I love making the art, and I haven't got a reason to make the art, because I've still got like 10 pieces of perfect art that I've created that are sat in my dad's fucking office, like waiting to fucking go there, because I don't know where to sell them. Do you know what I mean? And the Frameworks shop in Salisbury that I've just fucking literally down the road, it just closed down. So yeah, so he's contacted me, and I said, look, mate, I'll do the work for free. All I ask for is you pay for the materials. So it's straight up cost. It doesn't cost me anything. Then it's the fun. I get the bit I want out of it, the enjoyment, making it. I don't care about it. The money side of things is irrelevant to me. I do it because I enjoy it. Yes, the money's nice to get me better things in life or travel. Well, I want to travel, and that's what it's for, really. I don't really care about material things anymore. It's kind of, so he's gonna, I said, just chuck me a couple of the bottles as well for testers, you know what I mean? If I can get some unique booze to chomp down on. And I said, no, just do it for the publicity, in the sense of, and I don't mean publicity from a media perspective, like media hungry, just like, to let me know, other people know that I can make these things, and maybe even come to a point where a couple of people want to do it through the company, and I just charge a small commission, and then whatever you sell, we can come to an arrangement. So we started talking really, really in depth, which is absolutely amazing. That's the sort of shit I was looking for. When you do something for somebody, is get that publicity. If I can do something where it's a small commission, they make a bit of money. And I said, and then if you sell them, to other people, because you'll have a bigger following, because you're the main people. I was like, tie it in, I'll make them for you, you can sell them, and then we can put some of those proceeds to charity. So everyone, or even to the point where whatever they sell, they take their cut, for whatever selling it, if it costs them anything for advertising, bosh. Anyway, so that made me really happy. And I heard that was finalised last night, which was really positive for me. That sort of gave me a little bit of, was it finalised last night? No, it was finalised this morning. I got the message to say, I'll get the bottles for you by the end of the week. So that's the positive stuff, and that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm leading into. That's where my mind goes. And just to show you, you've had probably a bit of a roller coaster of a journey on this listening fucking platform actually today, because it has. It's been a bit mental. I've been an arsehole basically, and I don't like being an arsehole. I'm actually fucking not an arsehole at all. So yeah, it's been a doozy. It's been a fucking doozy. But knowing that you lot are out there listening to my fucking my Jeremy Kyle brain is hopefully it's helping, because there is positivity. It's I use this platform to help me, and if it helps you by listening, that's absolutely amazing. And to know that I'm reaching, four corners of the flat earth. I'm going to say that for a bit of banter, and then that's brilliant. That's good news, isn't it? So but it's perseverance, isn't it? And what's the outcome to this podcast? Because it's always nice to sort of conclude in a beautiful way, isn't it? And I suppose the conclusion is, stick to what works for you. And like I said, I've vented here, and I actually feel quite a little bit euphoric, actually, in the sense I feel really relaxed. My shoulders are relaxed, and that's when I know I'm content. I'm not sure I'm going to listen to this crazy batshit crazy stuff again, especially on a podcast. It's like you're trying to talk, and it's somebody's doing 8D crazy shit in the background. But it works for me. It makes me feel relaxed. It brings me down to a nice level. And I think the conclusion to that, it would be, make sure you're doing the things that are right for you. Make sure that you're doing the things that make you happy. Even if it's not things that make you happy, make sure you're doing things that keep you positive. Because, like, say for instance, you enjoy cycling, but you haven't done it for ages. Okay, well, get out there and do it. If you enjoy walking and you haven't done it in ages, get out there, go for a walk. Whatever it may be, go to the cinema. And you haven't been to the cinema for a year, 3 years, some people. I mean, I don't know when I last I think Bad Boys 2 was the last time I went to the fucking cinema, which was a long time ago, well before, so it's, and obviously people haven't been for the pandemic, etc., etc. But do the things you want to do. And if that is going away, like me, for me, the stressor is, I have a really fucking short patience, and for me, I give everything. So it's almost like I want people to fucking sort of go, oh, he's a really nice guy, and understand me in the depths of what I really am. I'm just a bit of a fucking crazy guy sometimes. I'm a bit all over, but I like to think that the heart's in the right place, as they say. But do something that makes you happy. Get out there, just enjoy yourself, do that thing that gives you the better well-being. So I know after this podcast I'm going to go in, I've already got myself a gin that was ready for after the podcast. I'm going to sit down in my chair, I'm going to do a bit of relaxing, and I'm just going to focus on listening to some music, and that's going to be the closure of a successful podcast for me. And like I said, the podcast is helping. And then on another note, the guy that contacted me about the Big Moose, he's going through this thing as well. He's walking 10 miles a day. I'll have to ready for the next show. I'll get his link actually, because he's doing that for mental health as well, and I think it's all wrapped up nicely because it's mental health, and he's been listening to my podcast. I mean, he's got about 80 to go, but he's like in there, listening to my fucking crazy journey. He even said, like, if you want to catch up for a cup of coffee, mate, and that's nice because he's obviously listened to a fair few podcasts and gone, fucking hell, this guy's, he needs a good fucking talking to. But yeah, it's positive work, it's positive stuff, and he's doing positive things, and it's getting that mental health word out there, isn't it? And expressing to people, it is a serious thing, and it's not fixed overnight. This has been a journey for a long time, and even at 41, I'm still trying to discover if there's something gone wrong, even though I know there is, and I go through the ADHD side of things. I'm having to go through more loops again to get it so that I can get what I should be really entitled to and what I've paid into the fucking system for X amount of years, but I'm having to do that. But I wanted for the benefit of my mind, but I think it does need more than just me trying to think I'm going to take it on, as I've clearly proven with depression and my mental health journey, when I spent such a long time thinking I could take it on and deal with it myself. And you look back to the amount of friendships, the amount of relationships, the amount of everything that I've ruined over the previous years, the people that I've hurt, the people that I've let down, when you think about that side of things, you can't fight it on your own. And that's where I've gone, fucking, just endure it, mate. Just get what you need to do to get the support you need. And I think that's the bit, there's the perseverance bit, and I've spoke to you about perseverance before. And like I said at the start of the podcast, oh my God, do I need you? And I do need you, because this is my medium, this is my enjoyment, learning about other people, taking occasions and issues and situations and that have happened during the day and turning them into, fuck, we are going through this. Everybody's got their own problem, hasn't it? Everyone's got their own individual weakness, if you like, and of where it's going on. I know that raising children's a fucking ball ache in the fucking world. It is absolutely fucking nails to do. I do get it. I absolutely do get it. And, as a fucking father of 3 daughters, I commend anybody out there that is willing to take on the challenge of raising children. It's hard work. And coupled with all the other things that we face as adults, bills, everything else, our own mental health journey, then you have your own personal injuries or own personal anxieties, issues, depression. You could be with somebody, cross the life. There's people that are around me that put up with some shit from me, I'll tell you something. And they're the fucking keepers, the people that stick with you when you're going through these fucking crazy things. And that's the reality of it is, and this is the be all and end all of it is no, there's no excuse for some of the actions and people with their mental health, but mental health is it's a fucking big problem, and it's debilitating. It really fucking is. Like last night when I was walking around the fucking field, this is how debilitating mental health is. All I was saying was, I've had enough now. I think I've had enough of this world. And that's the reality of my voice. Is I was walking the dog going, I think I've done enough. I've had enough, And when you're saying that at 41, even now I get this little shudder inside of me, because that's a genuine thing. And I said that last night. And that's the reality of mental health. Is it just cripples you. And you just go, I've had enough now. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And it can break you sometimes. And you can be as strong as you want, but when you get that broken bit, and it's the tiredness, it's exhausting. And people don't see that. People just see this highly functioning fucking hero or whatever. They'll do everything and do anything. That's what they see. They see this high functioning. I know you don't want to settle down. I do want to settle down. Trust me, I fucking do. But this is my mental health, and this is my reality. I'm hiding from things. I'm not dealing with stress. I'm trying to get myself out of these previous fucking problems. and I'm navigating social media to make that successful because that's the platform that we use, and that's a learning curve. All of these things, it takes money, it takes time, it takes commitment, and it's like fucking hell, you know, and you just don't know. You're just trying to constantly go. And then last night, 10 o'clock, I was like, no, I think I'm done. I think I'm pretty tired now. And that's where I was. I was tired. I was like, I am tired. This is too exhausting for me. If this is what the next 30 years is, I don't want that. That's not living. And I pride myself in being fairly successful, but it's a hard fucking battle sometimes when you battle to wake up in the morning and your body just doesn't want to move. I did that this morning. I just didn't want to move. And everybody that talks, kids being kids, is annoying. It makes you shout. Everybody's on tenterhooks. You can feel them around me. And I'm like, I just don't want to, I shouldn't be, they shouldn't feel like that around me. But that's because they don't know what's going on in me. In my head, I'm exhausted. In my head, I'm tired. I'm always looking at the next move. I'm always looking at the next venture. I'm always looking at ways of making money or designing or whatever. I'm always looking at something. My brain doesn't fucking stop. It's just constant. I want to move this. I want to do that. I want to build this. I want to do that. And then you go into it and then you're hyper focused on it and then you don't fucking stop. And then like it gets to the evening, you're like, wow, I'm a bit tired. And then you're like, oh, it's because I didn't eat, drink. I just carried on going for like 10 hours. And you're like, and then when you get to the end of the day and nobody says thank you, it's like, wow, not really sure that was worth it. And then you walk around and you do a walk and you go, fuck me, I'm sure I just slogged my balls out there. And then the thing you get is your daughter walks in and, you know, says, oh, it stinks of eggs in here. And you're like, it's probably me because I'm a bloke that's been sweating since 7 o'clock this morning till 9 o'clock at night, trying to get this room ready for you. And it's probably me because I'm a man and I smell. But I'll have a shower. I apologise. And it does get exhausting. It really does. Anyway, so yeah, I do need you. That's the truth. But do the things that you enjoy. Do the things you enjoy. Get up, focus, hit them hard. You know, get out there. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate you. I really do. I don't think you know how much I appreciate you. I really do. Listening to me just fucking, this ain't scripted. I'm, like I said, I'm raw and unedited. I don't think I've edited. Like I said, I've never edited one of these podcasts. I've never listened to one of my podcasts. Actually, that's a bit crazy. But yeah, hopefully I'm helping you. And thank you for your time listening to me. Bit of a long one, bit of a drone on, but I really did need it. So thanks for listening. Take care, and I really do look forward to speaking to you again soon. Take care.